Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about some new tires that I just recently put on the Suzuki vstrom. So the old Bridgestone tires that were standard on the vstroms that I had, I managed to use them for 20,000 kilometers. So that's a really good lifespan that I've had with those tires. And yesterday I got those tires changed over as they were wearing out, and I got the Michelin Anakee Adventure tires, so the front and the back. So the reason why I went with the Anakee tires was the reviews. So I posted a question on several groups on Facebook to ask users out there what their thoughts were about tires. So the top two suggestions, or the top two votes, were for either the Michelin Anakee Adventure, and the second one was for the Pirelli tires. I can't remember the exact name, but I'll put it in the comments, in the banner below. So I then went hunting for these tires, and thanks to my friend Graham, who rides with us, he managed to get me a really sweet deal on getting these tires on. So I got them installed from A1 motorcycles in Ringwood in Melbourne, and got them installed for $640 for the whole pair, just before Christmas. So it's a nice sweet Christmas gift that I've got on the bike. They actually look pretty cool, and I'm just going to turn the camera over just to talk a little bit on the tires. So the first thing that I realized is obviously the thread on the tires are actually so this is a 80-20 profile tire. So essentially what that means is 80% road bias and 20% off-road bias. So from what the reviews tell me, that it actually would work pretty well in most off-road cases, as in it runs good on gravel. You can do some pretty light or medium off-roading. I hear that it's not probably the best when it comes to muddy roads, and apparently it doesn't perform really well on deep sand as well, which is in my opinion, that's actually quite fine, because you are using a 80-20 profile tires. So for what it's been designed for, I think it's really good. It does the job really well for what it's been designed for. So what I like about it is the profiling. So you can see that it's actually quite deep, which means that it should theoretically give you longer life, and it's made out of dual compound as well, which tends to, from what I read, extend the life of it. So again, they're tubeless, and the front tire is a 110/80 19-inch. And if I go to the back, same thing there. Beautiful profile there, in my opinion. And the back wheel is 150/70, and it's a 17-inch wheel on the back. So I rode it back yesterday, and I must be honest that I wasn't that confident with it, and I think that's probably due to the fact that the tires are new, and I felt like the front wheel was a bit heavier, and I think that's because it's new, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it out for a spin and take it easy on it, but I want to just get used to the tires and see how it actually feels. I find that it leans a bit more than what I used to on the old tires. So I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm generally not that I don't generally go very crazy on the bends anyway, so it can be a bit intimidating. So I'm just trying to get used to it and see how it feels. Now also, whilst I was at it, I'm going to show you what else I did. So I told the guys at A1 to install this for me. So they only charged me $25 for the pair. Now this valve inlet makes life very easy, because one of the greatest challenge with the vstrom and the way the rims are was to actually inflate the tires. It's really hard to get the nozzles in from the petrol station. So now that I've got this L-shaped nozzle, it's going to make pumping the tires way more easier. So I'm glad I thought of it and I got that installed. So I've got it installed for both the front and the back. So yeah, so alright, let's take this baby for a spin and we'll talk more about it. So here we go. Just got on the bike. I realized I forgot my ND filters, so went back home, got the new ND filters, put it on, and then now we are on the road. So I'm just going to do a quick loop around Whittlesea. That's my standard route, and something that I'm quite used to. So essentially, I just spoke to one of my other mates, Manveer, just now about the tires. I said to him, I feel like obviously, as I mentioned, it's more heavier at the front, but I also feel like the bike is leaning a bit more, so it doesn't take as much effort to lean into a corner as I used to with the Bridgestone Battle X adventure tires. Now, obviously that can be a bit scary, because if you are used to leaning a certain way and now you're overcompensating, so it's probably a bit of a problem there. But according to what he has told me, he said that he reckons that it's just about rider confidence and getting used to that tire, which doesn't quite surprise me. And he also said that with every tire there is a different profiling, so you may find that it corners differently and the handling is a bit different. So I think that's actually what's currently happening with this tire. But otherwise, it actually feels good. But the other thing that I also realized on the front tire is, even though the old Bridgestone Battle X tires and had the same 110/80 profile, and this Michelin Anakee Adventures have also got the same profiling, but I think these tires look a little bit more chunkier than the Bridgestone. So I think that that's probably why I'm feeling the weight on the front wheel. But if I sort of let go of the handle, the bike doesn't quite vibrate, so that tells me that the balancing is fine, because you see the front handle doesn't vibrate at low speeds. Normally at low speeds is when it starts to really vibrate, but you can see it's quite stable. So that's a good thing. That tells me that the whole balancing sort of thing is sort of been done properly. So now I am going to get some fuel first for the bike, and then we shall head on. Thank you. Okay, and I am back on the road. So a fun fact, guys, so this Michelin Anakee Adventure tire is also the standard tires that come on the BMW GS. So if you choose the BMW GS, the triple black, or the non-rally version without the rally tires, then these are the tires that you would get. So I think that's a big statement by itself, BMW using these tires. And if you look at the reviews, they generally these tires generally rate in the top 2 options out there. So I'm pretty satisfied that I got the tires. So another important thing is just remember, when you change and you get new tires on, just take it easy for about 100 kilometers. Just let the oils on the tires wear off, and so that the tires could wear in a little bit and give you a bit more better traction. So don't go crazy on your corners and so on with brand new tires. Give it a bit of time, run it in a little bit before you start riding how you would normally. So now I'm taking the right turn here into Whittlesea. As you can see, it's a bit heavier. I find the front wheel a bit heavier, and just need to get used to that. And the other thing is that the bike leans a bit more, and I'm not really used to the bike leaning so much. It's just what you're used to, I suppose. So yeah, otherwise I've really done about so yesterday riding to work, getting the tires changed and riding back, I've done close to about 70 kilometers already on these tires. So it is a bit wear in now, and hence I'm just stepping on the throttle a little bit more, because now I'm a bit more, I suppose, confident with it. But just need to get this thing. I got a bit of a bird poo on my visor. Anyway, life. So yeah, so now I just need to get it used to. So there's a turning just in front here that takes you to your left, and then it cuts into Whittlesea. I do like that turning, so I'm going to take that turning and see how the bike handles around the corners. I've taken the turn that I wanted to, and now this is a stretch of road that I quite like. It's quite empty, fairly good roads. It is currently a double demerit point season, so with Christmas, so best to try to stick with the speed limit here. Coming to a corner here, bend here, it's not very sharp. So let's see how the bike turns in. Yeah, I see it leans a bit more than I used to. I almost have to fight it back. Actually, no. Actually, it is. It really it glues to the road. Look at that. It just glues. It just sticks on the road. Mind you, I'm only doing about 85 at the moment. So. So it's good. The moment you open throttle, it just straightens the bike back up. Woohoo!
pretty good. On the straights, it's good. You know, you can rise on pretty alright. So even when you try to swirl the bike around, see that? It just feels a tad heavier at the front, which I'm not used to. So, but otherwise, you know, trying to swirl the bike around with the new tires, yeah. So that's the problem, right? Because you're used to riding the bike on a different set of tires, and you're used to how the bike would handle, right? It's different if I'm riding a different bike. I would attribute that to that's just how the bike is. But because I've ridden this bike for over 2 years now, and I'm used to how it handles, and now you suddenly got this change, it feels weird. So you sort of got to get used to that change, really. And if you are wondering if the tires are inflated properly, yes, they are inflated properly. I have checked the pressures this morning, and they definitely are inflated properly, so no doubts there. There you go. Let it stick to the road for now. Pretty good. Views, man, look at views. Summer is here, boys. Summer is here. Not boys, boys and girls. Summer is here. This takes me into Whittlesea. So yeah, good. I'm quite happy with it. I think if anyone else has got these tires, let me know what your thoughts are, what you think about it. And if you guys are out looking for a tire, I would seriously ask you to consider these tires, because I quite like it. I like the profiling on it. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so you guys may realize I've got a new pair of gloves on, yeah? So this is the RJ Pilot X gloves. It's made out of goat hide, so really soft leather, ideal for summer days. But I think if you've got hand grips on, and you've got heated grips on, sorry, it'll also be alright for winter. I've always wanted something soft where I can actually feel, so I'm really glad that I got these gloves. It cost me about $65 from MCAS, so really good deal on this pair of gloves. What I also like is got this gel pad in the middle of your palm here, and it really helps with the handlebar vibrations. As you know, the V-Stroms do have a bit of handlebar vibrations, so this really works in that sense. So really nice pair of gloves. Gives you a lot of feedback from the handle. You can actually feel what's happening, so I love it. Love these gloves. Highly recommend it.
Okay, so that was actually a nice ride, right? It was pretty good. Initially, it was a bit, I was a bit, I suppose, not so confident, but I think the confidence is growing. And generally, I'm not really, I don't really go all mad on the bends anyway. It's just not me. But anyway, I can see that as I ride on the bike more with these tires, the confidence was definitely growing. So I really do appreciate that that I'm gaining a bit more confidence with the bike. And we had a bit of gravel fun here. It's not much really. Actually, this is private property. As we go into there, all paddocks and roads to people's houses. So I wouldn't want to really intrude or anything. But just just to have a look at how it actually feels like, and it feels fine. It feels pretty good. So let's look at the vstrom. So there we go, it's parked there. Tires are fine and pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with it. So would definitely recommend that if you're looking for some new rubber on your vstrom, highly recommended that you consider these tires. Really good, and look, they can be a bit expensive if you don't get a deal. I got a deal, so I think it was a good deal for me. And generally, if they could last me another 20,000 kilometers, which is about 2 years, looking at how frequently I ride, so about 2 years, I think that's pretty good. And I want to really do a bit more gravel roads and learn that a bit as well. So this will then give me the opportunity with these tires. It's a bit more, I think it'll give me a bit more confidence as well as we ride more in the future. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for staying with me today and going through this whole review and this short journey with me. If you have enjoyed the video, please do give me a big thumbs up, right? I really would love the support. Please give me a thumbs up, and also do like and do share and do subscribe to the video. And I would also like to wish all of you guys a very happy Christmas and a happy New Year. This would probably be my last video for the year, and then hoping for new things in 2023. So to date, I'm hoping that by the end of the year I'll hit the 400 subscriber mark. At the moment we're sitting at 392, so 8 more subscribers. So if I could get those 8 from you guys, that would be really great. Please do support the channel, and peace out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.